Alright guys, we're here with the Buick. I didn't really record anything up until now just because this thing is, I've just been wanting to work on it, but basically what I'm doing is I want to do the timing chain on this beast. I got the water pump and the crank and brackets off already. I did have some trouble with this bracket right here because the bolt that runs into here snapped. If you look on the bracket, it actually runs through the front here, through the alternator, and then through it again, and then into that hole. And what happened was it actually seized up in the spot it goes in the alternator, and it seized in the alternator, and it snapped the end off of it. Kind of pissed about it, but I can get another bolt. So that was one of the bolts that snapped. Another one, a little one, snapped right here. These water pump bolts, they're pretty common. Snap the end off of it. But luckily, there's another common thing is on Buicks, these four right here commonly snap. And luckily I was able to get them out. And actually they were kind of corroded. Where did I put them? You can see where they're kind of corroded. They're corroded. This one's not that bad, but there's a few others. They were corroded to the point where they actually were kind of twisting. But I got that. I got them out, thankfully. This bracket, the power steering was pretty straightforward. Just these 3 bolts, and then I had to get these 2 bolts. These two bolts down here, and then one on the back for the tensioner, and it was out. Didn't really have any problems with that. And that's really all I've done today. I'm gonna get this distributor out and this coil wiring undone, and pull out the distributor, some of the hoses. Maybe I'll be able to pull the timing cover off. Basically, what I want to do, or basically the reason I started doing this today is because this is the day after Lebanon meet, and I was going to take this out to Lebanon, and I got like 10 miles from my house, and I don't know if it's the fuel pump or vapor locking or something, but this thing was starving for gas on the highway. But it was fine going, like cruising around town, but it starved for gas on the highway, about 50 miles an hour, so I think the fuel pump's taking a shit. I mean, it is the original one, so I ordered up a new one. It'll be here Thursday. It's Sunday today. Alright, I got the distributor out. I got the crank pulley off and all that. It's pretty straightforward, the fuel pump. Nothing really too bad about it. I had to get these bolts down for the oil pan off. And they were a little bit tight, but they came off relatively easy with the right tool. And I think I got all the timing cover bolts off, so let's see. Nope, can't prop that up there. Let's see if I need to change the chain or not. Here's where the fuel pump's driven off. This cam, Buick puts the cams on the ends of the camshaft, and then they put them on the end of the camshaft here, this lobe, and then right after it they put the drive for the distributor. So yeah, I gotta knock that off, and I gotta like undo these 2 bolts, and the thing will come off. I gotta get that lower crank. Well, actually, I don't even have to touch that. I just gotta do the upper one. But that's basically what we're here for, just to do this. And yeah, we're pretty much done. I'm gonna call for today and pick up next week when we gotta put this back together. Alright, we're here with the Buick. Got the chain unbolted from the car, got the timing cover off. Wasn't too bad, just finding the bolts a little difficult underneath all that grime. And everything else came out pretty easily. And actually, it's kind of not really a big surprise, but, you know, is actually been replaced, the timing gear. Someone was already in this motor. You can kind of tell by it's got that blue line Felpro gasket on there, like Marty pointed out. But normally, if it was an original part, these gears would have a nylon coating over them, and it'd be like they're originally white, and then they eventually turn like orange and then brown, and then they fall off over time. So someone was in this motor, and someone did a timing chain on it. So reason to believe it is over. The odometer is cranked over once, so probably got about 155,000 miles on it. As you saw, the chain did have a good bit of slack in it, so probably what happened is the original chain slacked out, and then this one's been replaced, and then this one's kind of slacked out. So it's 155,000 seems about right. But yeah, I got the new chain and gear in here. Knowing that this is a replacement chain, or replacement gear, I could have just bought a chain, but I didn't know if I needed a gear or not, so I just bought the gear. So yeah, it's just got to go back together. Kind of disappointed. I kind of would have liked to see the original part, but whatever.